You know, he coming behind his jab, he throwing straight punches, he going to the body, going in up and down. He just got to tighten up a little bit on his defense, but other than that, man, he good. He ready.
Terence Crawford is leaving no stone unturned in preparation for this highly anticipated showdown against Canelo Alvarez in September. Just yesterday, he attended the Benavidez versus Morrell press conference, not as a mere spectator, but to train alongside Benavidez. This comes just a week after receiving valuable lessons from Floyd Mayweather. Now, Crawford has turned to yet another key figure who has been deeply involved in discussions surrounding a potential fight with Canelo for years. Among the top fighters of this generation, aside from Benavidez, who handed Canelo a rare defeat, Benavidez stands out as one of the most knowledgeable about Alvarez's fighting style. Known as the Mexican Monster, Benavidez has long exuded confidence in his ability to dethrone Canelo should they ever share the ring.
Fight luck with Benavidez. Who do you think?
I still got it at 50-50. Benavidez good.
However, Canelo Alvarez has consistently declined to face him. Now, Terence Crawford has taken the opportunity to meet with Benavidez as he gears up for the showdown with Canelo. The two fighters spent valuable time analyzing Canelo's boxing style and technique, exchanging insights and breaking down how they perceive the matchup. Benavidez has long been regarded as one of the most formidable fighters in the sport, earning the moniker of boxing's boogeyman due to his relentless dominance in the ring.
First of all, I tried to shake his hand, you know what I mean? I try to be cool. Because last press conference, you know, we did the talking, but then in the middle, after, we know he was borders over shaking hands and stuff, so, no, I was just expecting the same.
However, his upcoming fight against Morrell is more than just another bout. It's personal. Set for February 1st at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, this long-anticipated showdown has been brewing for years, with Morrell persistently calling out Benavidez. Morrell, undefeated with a 10-0 record and 9 knockouts, is confident in his ability to dismantle the WBC interim champion. But for Benavidez, this fight is about more than just securing a victory. It's about making a statement.
I'm focused 100% on this fight. Look, I don't like the way he talks, and I'm not in this position because of...
As for the fight against Crawford, Canelo Alvarez has never fully embraced the idea, believing Crawford is too undersized and would likely rely on an evasive strategy. He's a good fighter, Alvarez acknowledged. I know he thinks he can do everything, but moving up in weight is a different challenge, especially at 154. That's why weight classes exist. While Alvarez respects Crawford's skill set and unique style, he remains unconvinced. I like Terence Crawford and the way he fights. It's just different.
If he wants to work with me, it's in my way, not in their way.
What was
I don't need it.
What didn't you like about how he approached? Like, what was
It's not.
You could see that in his fight against Madoff, it's just a different approach.
Not the way to approach. It's not the way to approach to me. Look, I respect everybody and I respect Turkey, but look, if
Alvarez hinted that it might be best to wait a little longer before facing undefeated former 168-pound title holder Benavidez. Benavidez is currently focused on securing a fight with the eventual undisputed light heavyweight champion, who will be determined when unbeaten Russian fighters Benavidez and Artur Beterbiev clash in Saudi Arabia on August 12. If people want to see that fight, they'll have to pay, Alvarez stated. He also expressed interest in fighting in Japan, inspired by one of his most admired fighters, former featherweight champion Oscar Larios of Mexico, who competed there numerous times.
pidiendo esa pelea. Al final
claro que no. La quiero para mi hijo, por favor.
Sí, no, aquí yo creo que Crawford needs to fight Teofimo first.
I like to take things one fight at a time, but I would definitely love the experience of fighting in Japan, Alvarez said. I grew up watching George Linares. He fought in Japan many times. I really want to go there and experience that for myself. As for Saudi Arabia, it remains uncertain whether Alvarez will ever step into the ring there. He has expressed strong dissatisfaction with the Boxing Federation, including Alalshikh, for their approach toward the sport.
Fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
You know, it's crazy when you asking about that because you say, you're not challenging.
According to reports, Canelo Alvarez may finally be considering a showdown with David Benavidez in the near future. However, the boxing superstar has demanded a staggering $200 million for the fit, price that Alalshikh seems unwilling to entertain. Alalshikh's influence has reshaped the boxing landscape in recent years, playing a key role in the sport's resurgence within the combat sports world. Despite this, Alvarez remains uninterested in following Alalshikh's lead, and in response, Alalshikh has made his stance clear by issuing a firm rejection to Alvarez's demands.
Payday, obviously, but I don't want that fight. I think Teofimo deserves more than me.
During a recent conversation with the media, Canelo Alvarez explained his reasoning behind demanding $200 million for a fight against David Benavidez. Obviously, he's a risk. He's a great fighter, Alvarez admitted. Plus, he brings 25 pounds more than me into the ring on fight night. It's a risk, but I don't care. If the money is right, I'd fight him tomorrow. However, a $200 million price tag would require an enormous gate for promoters to break even, and Turkey Alalshikh, the key figure behind Saudi Arabia's growing influence in boxing, wasn't interested. Taking to his X-handle, Alalshikh dismissed Alvarez's demand outright. Fight him tomorrow. However, a $200 million price tag would require an enormous gate for promoters to break even, and Turkey Alalshikh, the key figure behind Saudi Arabia's growing influence in boxing, wasn't interested. Taking to his X-handle, Alalshikh dismissed Alvarez's demand outright. I heard Canelo say that he respects me, but doesn't like how I do business, Alalshikh responded. Whether he respects me or not is irrelevant. As for my business approach, I know exactly why he doesn't like it. I focus on making big fights at fair prices. And of course, those who prefer easy fights won't be happy about that. Alalshikh didn't stop there. He went as far as questioning Alvarez's competitive spirit, implying that the Mexican champion had been avoiding real challenges ever since his loss to Dmitry Bivol. I know how he feels after losing to Bivol. He's been looking for easier fights ever since, Alalshikh continued. But let's be clear, I'm not the one afraid of facing Benavidez or Crawford. Canelo is wasting our time, throwing out numbers that can't be met, making excuses instead of stepping up. Meanwhile, I'll continue making the biggest fights in boxing, while he focuses on putting on easy, spectacle fights. This latest development is undoubtedly disappointing for Terence Crawford, who viewed a fight against Canelo Alvarez as the biggest opportunity of his career, one that would guarantee him his highest payday. Crawford had previously expressed interest in the fight, provided the right financial offer was on the table. You know what they say, if the money's right, we've got to fight, Crawford said while sitting ringside. However, Crawford also acknowledged that his primary focus had been on his most recent opponent. Right now, I'm just going to go back to my family, relax, and enjoy this win and everything I've accomplished in boxing, he added.